Alright guys, we are now at the Lanchang toll. I got a full tank from Perodua and we've gone 209 kilometers. Range says I got another 100. My average was 12.1 kilometers per liter and I have 151 kilometers of range left. That means I can get back to Kuala Lumpur. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the trip meter to 0, and then I'm going to do the average fuel consumption to 0, and I'm going to make a U-turn and we're going to drive back to Kuala Lumpur. Yeah, it's clear. And we're going to drive back to Kuala Lumpur and see what type of fuel consumption we can get. Our distance to the Gombak toll will be around 90 odd kilometers, and we're going to follow the speed limit and also the traffic flow and see what we'll get driving like that, yeah. And the stated fuel consumption is 21 kilometers per liter, and don't forget we're using the car meter and the car odometer and the fuel consumption meter, yeah. So calibration is a separate matter, but usually there is a 5 to 10% gap. Okay, what we're going to do is we have the aircon on. This is about halfway up, one third way up in the cold to make sure it's cool enough. And we're going to do what you call light acceleration, and we have a camera that's trained on the speedometer, and we're going at 95 kilometers per hour now. We want to show speeds, or we want to drive at speeds that are reflective of how you would drive. The only thing we won't do is do harsh acceleration. We just accelerate very gently like most people do, and we picked up the speed. We went above 100. Okay, slow down. Yeah, I think the speed limit here is 110 if I'm not mistaken, but so we'll just keep it at 100, yeah. And already the average consumption shown here is 15.6. That means the car is capable of more than that, but the longer distance we go, the harder it is to build up the numbers, yeah. These numbers here mean the average over the distance we have traveled, and right now it shows 15.8 kilometers per liter, kml. It's not liters per 100, yeah. 15.9. Let's see whether we can get 21. Maybe we don't need to go all the way because it can be very boring. I never like eco runs. Sorry. Okay, progress report. We have traveled not very far. We are getting 16.9. Always remember, when we first start out, there's heavier fuel consumption, but as we move, it gets better and better. Then up to a point, it will stay there, and then if you use a lot of fuel, it will start coming down. So see, now we're climbing a bit of a hill. We got 16.7. So is 16.7 good? I think it's quite good, yeah. So if you can get 16.7 or 16.6 as we are showing now, I think it'll be very nice. I'll be quite happy. From 1.3, we dropped to 16.3 because we are accelerating, and we're holding it at 100, yeah. That's what everybody is going. They're going a little bit faster than 100. Okay, so we've climbed the hill and we are going down. It dropped to 16.1. Now we're going down the hill, so don't go any faster, just ease off and let it go down at 100 kilometers per hour. And it's 16.4, it is improved. 16.6, interesting. 16.8. Wow, it's going to be a long haul. My target is 21. See whether we can hit 21 at this speed. If not, we have to lower the speed. 16.9. 17.1. 17.3. 17.6. 17.9. 18.2. Wow, it's climbing up very fast. Mind you, this is no impedance traffic, yeah? Nobody is blocking you and you are going at your own pace and the road is wide open. 18.7. 18.8. So this is a quite level road. 18.9. 19. We have 19.1. Can we see 19.2? I think if I want to see 19.2, I have to slow the car down a bit. 19.2. Now we're going a little bit above 90 kilometers per hour, which is still the speed that many people drive at. And of course we're on the left-hand lane. Guys, don't drive at this speed and stick to the right-hand lane. As it is, we are not going that slow. We're going at 90 plus, 95, and people are still overtaking us. And we have 19.0, it dropped a bit because our speed went up a bit to 100. So there is no freewheeling here. Aircon is on, and we're driving at a very reasonable clip. 19.2 I have. Even 19.2 is a good number, and we have 19.4. 19.5. If we keep it at the 90 or 95, we will show some good results. If we go to 100, it will drop to about 19. So let's keep it at 90 and see what happens. Because my target is at 21. Yup, the speed limit is 110. We're going at 90, a little bit below, but we're on the left-hand lane. I have 19.8. And it dropped to 19.7. because there was a slight uphill. So these little slopes make a lot of difference, yeah. 19.6. Okay, having said that, this engine has only done about 500 something kilometers, maybe 600 kilometers. It's a very new car, and that's the total mileage it's done. Let's look at the mileage now, what it is. 649 kilometers this car has done. And our average is 20 kilometers per liter. That is 5 liters per 100 kilometers. Very good, right? And we're not doing anything special. So this is a very good economy car if you want it. And we have 20.1. I think we have to go down to 90 if we want to see 21. Of course, if you run at too slow a speed, also you can get poor consumption, because then the engine has to work very hard. Or the gears might shift down one gear because you're going too slow. So always ensure that you're driving in top gear, you know, not the magazine, but in top gear of the car, and not stressing the gearbox. We have 20.2. 20.3. 20.4, and we're actually catching up to another car, also a 1.3 liter, I think, and he's driving at the same speed. I wonder what mileage he's getting. That's the old Saga. I have 20.4. So I'm just keeping pace with the Saga in front, and I've got 20.4, and it doesn't seem like it's going to move. It's even gone less because we're climbing up a hill, very slight hill, and we're heading to the toll. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to let it roll to the toll. Don't waste the momentum that I have gained, or I have to accelerate a bit because it's slowing down too much. So I have 20.5. .7. 20.8. 21. Okay, that's 21 according to the meter on the car, yeah? So actual, we'll have to calibrate the instruments. We don't even know if the distance is correct, but anyway, that's what it shows. It shows 21.0. And well, guys, I think we've achieved it. You don't want me to do a 1 hour test on this, right? So anyway, we have proven it can be done. We got 21 just now. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and till we meet again, bye bye. Okay guys, what we're going to do is we are going to spend the next few minutes checking out the Bezza X here on a road drive, and this is a short stretch of highway that has a bit more corners than normal. So we're going at the speed limit of 90 kilometers per hour, and the surface here is a little bit on the rough side, so you can hear a bit of tire noise. Okay, we had a different surface earlier, it was quieter, so this tire seems to be a bit noisier on this surface. And we're checking out the ride. So if we are driving at, this is about 85 kilometers per hour, we are following the traffic and we are coming out to overtake. Okay, we are going at 85 kilometers per hour, and the handling of the Bezza is actually impeccable. It's very nice and smooth, and there is no necessity for brakes. There's a bend coming up. We're going, oh, we went above 90. Okay, back to 90, and we are taking the corner without any problem. Okay, so what you hear at this speed is only the tires. You hear nothing else. So the soundproofing is not that great, so I have to speak a bit louder. But in terms of the ride, it's quite smooth. They say they have done the suspension a little bit, so it's mainly for ride, yeah, not so much for comfort, but it's still quite comfortable, no problem. The seats are quite well padded, so you can actually quite enjoy your ride here. So we are taking the corner at 90. There are rumble strips on the road, yeah, so that's why it's making a noise. And we are taking this corner at 90, and without having to brake. So the steering is very precise, and with the 15-inch wheels, yes, there is less tire fall over, and so the handling is more spot on. So no issues with this. Something is happening in front. Somebody fell off a motorbike. And that was an ambulance. So when we drive on the highways, we must always be prepared, yeah? Always for any emergency, you must look ahead. And when you see something that's out of the ordinary, the first thing you do is you lift off or brake. So a new friend of mine was just telling me about how he, on a night drive on one of the highways in England, he crashed into the back of another car, because that car had just had an accident with another car, and it had its hazard lights on, and the two cars were straddling both the lanes. He had nowhere to go, and he hit. So he was in hospital for a good 4 months. So and he said that, you know, I saw the hazard lights, and then I was wondering why the car was stationary there, and then we hit, you know. So at all times we must train our minds to process such information. So generally, if I am with anybody, I'll just tell them, when you're driving at night, if you see anything like flashing lights or anything that doesn't even look like it should be there, you should already take your foot off the accelerator, or maybe you already start braking. And that's how you keep yourself safe all the time. So same with driving in the mist. You can corner fast, but you cannot see. So in the mist, you have to slow down, yeah, correspondingly. You drive only as far as you can see. Okay, so here again we see the car is taking all these corners very, very well. You just have to feed the car into the corner, and there's no issues. Yeah, there's a little bit of body roll, but it's expected. All cars will roll a little bit. It's meant to be. are moving on to the highway, which is a bit straighter, and that's the end of our road drive testing. And we'll move on to other things. Thanks for watching.